How I learned English as a Venezuelan without money. I will walk you step by step in the shortest amount of time possible all of the things I did to get to this level of English and have more than a C1 level of understanding in the language. Let it be on a book or whatever type of immersion you're doing. I've been studying English for 2+ years, Japanese for 16 months on a physical exchange athlete. I will teach you to get discipline in the language acquisition process. This works for almost whatever language. If you have no money or don't want to pay for anything, just don't think about it anymore. Use Duolingo to get through those initial levels. If you can, it will be awesome to also learn vocabulary on top of the one that Duolingo maybe teaches you. I'm actually not that sure if it teaches you anything, to be honest, but it should. Now, at the moment I was playing a lot of MMORPGs like RuneScape, which I'm not going to lie, they were for real money. If you didn't know, you could trade the currency of these games for real money. And since these games weren't available in Spanish, I had to literally use the translator at every moment. Because of this, I got through the initial levels, how to greet people, and phrases to say in certain occasions for a battle or whatever. I wouldn't actually recommend to do this unless you hate a lot learning grammar, which at the moment I don't really think I was actually capable of studying for more than 1 hour, so it is really good that I got the initial level on that way. Still, if you hate learning grammar, I think it's just better to do it, because if you go to a game and start translating everything, you'll get bored and end up boring out. It's just way less stressing to do 2 weeks to 1 month of studying in Duolingo while learning a list of vocabulary from the language you want to learn and just get out from this initial level as soon as possible. I want to also say that this is just for languages that use our same alphabet. If you're learning Japanese or Chinese, the initial level has a completely different barrier that you have to go through for at least 2 to 3 months, even 4 months if you're lazy. Here's when I started immersing in Netflix, so I was paying I think $2 a month for just one screen in Netflix. I started with series for kids that I already saw when I was like 10 years old, like The World of Gumball. In fact, this was the first series I watched entirely in English, and I already was surprised to notice that I had a 20 to 40% of comprehension due to my initial level, so that was awesome. I was literally the most lazy person in the earth, so I was doing this for 30 minutes to 1 hour daily, which is just nothing. I did it for 2 months like this to just try if this method of comprehensible input actually did work. And it definitely was working. I was noticing the improvements. If you're asking me if I did a study vocabulary, never in my life I used Anki to study vocabulary for English, which is something that I wouldn't really recommend for people right now since Anki just makes it so much faster. But at the moment I didn't have the best attention span for the reason that I was watching TikTok for 4 to 5 hours daily. After the end of the second month, I just kept doing immersion with whatever thing I thought was interesting. I was pretty addicted to video games, so at the moment those were Rocket League and this other one called Conquer, so I was watching a lot of content from people playing those video games in YouTube. Also, I watch a lot of series like Stranger Things, Sex Education, etc. And by just doing these simple things I got to the intermediate level of understanding. By this point, I really didn't have any level in my speaking and I was already 1 year into the language. At the moment I was watching this YouTuber called Mr. Salas and he said to use the input until you feel like you can say some sentences. And that's when you should start doing some kind of output method. So I did this until the year 2, and here I will say I had a V2 to almost C1 level of understanding, but still no output at all. In this step, I saw a couple of videos from people saying that reading aloud was actually going to improve your vocabulary, and also if you read aloud, it can also improve your pronunciation, so I just went with that. To be honest, I wasn't even capable of being consistent for more than a month, so I just kept doing the things I mentioned in the second step, while also maybe reading aloud for a couple of hours a month. I did this till last year June. Here I had the thought of starting this YouTube channel to actually improve my speaking by making videos. Since I just was really shy to speak to people, I didn't have money to pay lessons, and I was really lazy to practice shadowing or reading aloud for hours. And so I started this channel. As you can see, there were pretty shitty videos that people didn't want to see. Even right now, it's not like they have a lot of views. They were definitely real bad, but I was doing it with just the thought of improving my English, and also another thought of maybe going viral if I had luck, which didn't happen. No one wanted to see the videos. Still, I just kept at it without stopping until I saw this guy making videos talking about his journey in Japanese, and I actually did really like this type of videos, so I just copied it. And basically here we are. This is the level of output after making videos for 8 to 9 months with 5 hours each every week. No lessons, no weird showing technique. Maybe I don't have the best accent or the perfect grammar, but I definitely do think I had it harder than most people. I had a really lazy approach, which right now I don't recommend for anyone. Saying the truth, if I were to study English as much as I'm studying Japanese right now, I will pretty much achieve the same results in less than 1 year. I'm not joking. But studying English in this way got me a good path in my life, and definitely it was more productive than just doing nothing. Right now, I'm a person capable of studying and working for 6 hours straight while taking a 30-minute break, and I'm usually studying Japanese for 7 to 9 hours daily. On top of that, learning English got me more discipline in my calisthenics journey, so you could also say it helped me to get a better body. If you want to know how I did all of this, check my community with free courses in the description and engage with this content if you want more people to know about this. Thank you.